Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into how to shift your reality quickly and pull in the manifestations quickly. That's the key word. We're not messing around. No BS. We don't have time for that. We are shifting our reality quickly. So by the time you finish this video, know right now, feel it in your body that you are already beginning to shift into the reality of your choosing. Your manifestations and your desires are not only on their way to you, but you are aligned and matching the frequency of them right now by tapping in here with me. So this formula that I've created is something that has come from years of research and trial and error. It is something that I found helps me shift very quickly and helps me pull in all the things I desire on a consistent basis. It consists of 11 things, and it's really not that much, and we're going to break it down together. So, first, before I begin, please ignore the dye on my fingers if you're wondering what is happening. This is my first YouTube video. I don't know if the lighting's okay, but I hope it is. What matters is the message. So if you want to shift your reality and you need to do this very quickly, let's say you need to move very quickly, you need to get a certain amount of money very quickly, you need to land a certain job, whatever it is, this is what you're going to do. So, number one, this alone is going to change your entire life, okay? Guaranteed. But, number one, the first thing you're going to do is change what you are consuming. I'm not talking about diet. Yes, obviously, we all know if you eat better, you're going to feel physically better, right? So yeah, do that, but we all know that. Oftentimes, we will neglect to remember what we are feeding our minds, okay? It is the same. If we feed our body trash, we end up feeling that trash. We feed our mind trash, it is the same thing. So the first thing you're going to do is go on a negativity detox. Completely cut it out. I am talking mute every single person on social media that is negative, that is always posting about some kind of problem. Mute them all. Okay, mute the group chats where everybody is just complaining. Don't gossip. Don't engage in drama. Don't watch the news. Unsubscribe. Mute absolutely everything, okay? Get off the side of TikTok or YouTube or whatever social media you're using that is people crying and whining about how the world is so unfair and nothing works for them. Stop watching the sad stories. You're going to want a complete negativity detox. Detox it all out. And anytime you go on a detox and you empty something out, you need to fill that void with something else. It's like an energy suction that we create. So what you're going to do, and I'm referencing notes here if you wonder why I'm looking down, what you're going to do is replace it with something positive. So you are going to start following accounts that talk about manifestation and success stories. You're going to start watching TED Talks on YouTube, subscribing to people who talk about manifesting their dream reality. You're going to listen to success stories. See if you could find success stories about money, career, whatever it is you're manifesting. You need a new home quickly. I want you to look for success stories. Listen to TED Talks that are inspirational. Go on TikTok and watch those like discipline, get your shit together, discipline videos to get motivated. Replace all the negative stuff with things that are positive, because now you are consuming positive content. You're going to notice immediately your energy and your outlook is going to change. All right, so that's number one. Number two, get very clear on what you're manifesting. Like, if you're manifesting money, what kind of money and what amount of money and for what? I'm talking the devil is in the details. Get extremely clear about the things you want. If you need X amount of money to move, then say I need $10,000 to move, and that's what you're manifesting, right? You're saying I need this amount and I need it to go towards this. I need a place to live, stat. I need this home approved, this loan approved. I need this job, whatever it is, with a certain amount of pay. Get detailed about every element of it. How do you feel? What is the work environment? What is the living environment? How does this money come to you? We don't want to get too attached to how it comes, but maybe think, are you holding cash? Or is it in your account? Is it your checking account? Then visualize it in your checking account. But we'll get to that later. But first, this is about writing the details and getting very clear. So, number 3, the next thing you're going to do is suspend belief in your old identity. So our old identity often is a series of thoughts that we repeated, and over time, those became beliefs that we took on. Or somebody told us something and we took that as a truth. It became a belief system. We often get that from our parents. If our parents always said, oh, we're too broke, we can't afford it, right? That is a limiting belief. That is generational, that was passed on. So what you want to do is suspend belief and old identity. Stop telling yourself and feeding into those stories. So build the self-awareness. If you notice, okay, I'm feeding into this, just stop. Just stop feeding it. Stop feeding the beast. You want the momentum to die out, okay? Because it's going to take a moment. You got to stop feeding that negativity and that old story to allow the momentum to die out, so then you're in a neutral space, and from neutrality you can build, okay? So that is exactly what you're going to be doing. Just tell your brain no negative self-talk for 7 days, okay? Like, I literally have done that so many times. Shut up, not now. If this doesn't work, we'll come back in 7 days, and I never want to go back to it, right? Because it feels better to adopt a story that serves you, that you are abundant, that things manifest for you instantly, that you already have what you desire. That is preferable, right? So let's suspend old belief and old identity. And just all you do is redirect that thought when it comes. Just don't feed into it. Become aware and just let it go. All right? Number 4, visualization. This is key. Visualize multiple times a day. All right? It does not take that long. All right? No excuses here. We are aligning ourselves with that frequency of having what we desire. So, visualization. What is key with visualization is feeling. You are playing with imagination. You are imagining that you have this sum of money. Let's say that's what you're manifesting very quickly. So I want you to utilize the 5 senses. Think about what it is in extreme detail. What are you doing with that money? I'm using that money to move. I'm using it for a vacation. I'm using it to pay for X, Y, and Z, right? I want you to sit there and I want you to think, this money comes to me, and what time is it? What day is it? Is it night or day? What do I hear? I hear my AC, I hear the fan in the background, I hear my dog, things like that. I hear my partner, I hear kids outside. What is it? Where are you when this happens? I want you to just imagine scenarios. And then I want you to feel it. What does it feel like to have this thing, to be approved for that loan, approved for that house, to have that money come in your account? Where is that in your body? Is it in your chest? Is it in your heart center? Does it feel like ease, like joy, like freedom, like security, like stability? This part I got from Abraham Hicks, so you could watch some Abraham Hicks videos. I haven't watched her in a long time, but I did take this from her many, many years ago. You want to just continue to describe in detail what something feels like, just like I did before, right? So visualize yourself walking into your new job, walking into your new home, spending the money, receiving the money, all 5 senses. Write it out in a journal, all 5 senses. Once it's written out in the journal, you just multiple times a day, put your hand over your heart. You don't have to if you don't want to do that. But the key is visualize and feel. Feel. That is you literally matching the energy, because you become the vibration of what you want to experience, okay? So, number 5, you will most likely, on a time crunch, waver. which means you're going to doubt, maybe anxiety is going to hit. This happened to me very recently because I was on a time crunch, and it was the timing factor that was messing with my head. And I was like, okay, I really got to get this done in a certain amount of time. So I would begin to waver or have waves of anxiety. I don't know where the money's going to come from. I don't know how I'm going to figure this thing out. Anytime you waver, go back to visualization. Because think about it. If you are already living that reality, you have that money, you have that house, you have that job, you have whatever it is, then you wouldn't be having an anxiety attack, right? You wouldn't be doubting it. It's already yours. You're already living it. So go back to your visualization, feel the feelings of having it again. You are actively rewriting and alchemizing that energy and experience, right? So, number 6, an affirmation. I just chose one affirmation. I highly suggest this one. You could use any affirmation you want. But this one is very powerful, and it is, the universe is always conspiring in my favor. The universe is always conspiring in my favor. A lot of us, including myself, grew up heavily religious. And if you grew up in that way, or just with a certain type of parents, then what may have happened, which is definitely part of my experience, is there was like this idea that anything bad that happened was cosmic punishment, that like forces were working against you, right? There's like evil eyes, there's El Diablo, there's whatever it is, right? Some evil force, right? So you want to kind of alchemize that. Why would the universe be conspiring against you? There's no force working against you other than yourself. So don't open yourself up to that. Don't create it, okay? Don't create problems when there are none. Instead, I want you to literally repeat to yourself, the universe is always conspiring in my favor. The universe is on your side. It's a neutral energy. And it is conspiring in your favor because that's what you've told it to do, okay? Therefore, it wants the best for you. That is my favorite affirmation. And it's going to tie in to number 7, which is look for evidence that what you are manifesting is in the process of becoming, that it's anchoring into your physical reality. If the universe is always conspiring in your favor and you're manifesting money and you find a penny on the ground, you've pulled that into your reality. You are going to celebrate that, okay? This happened to me recently as well. So I'm going to tell you a little story when it comes to this. Is I started to get, at the very beginning of pulling in a certain amount of money I needed on the time crunch, I started to get emails from clients that I'd seen in the past, and I was initially very excited. I was like, okay, the money's here. And then it turns out they were just like, hey, I was thinking of you. I just hope you're doing well. Like it wasn't a booking. It wasn't anything like that. And I was just like, at first, my initial reaction was disappointment. I'm like, what the hell? You know, like, I wanted money. Nothing came from that. And then I had to shift my thinking. I'm like, wait a second. The universe is always conspiring in my favor. That person said they're thinking of me. That is evidence that I am a magnet for all that I desire. I am actively pulling old clients and energy towards me. And this is evidence that I am aligned with my preferred reality. Okay, you're taking everything as evidence. You go outside and you see 1111. I don't care. It is evidence, dude. Like, you go, sometimes I would see emails and I wanted to live in a certain place and I would get like random emails out of nowhere. And it was just like spam, but it would be emails that somehow were connected to some event in that place I wanted to live. And I'm like, where did that even come from, right? So that was me seeing like the universe is conspiring in my favor. And another good affirmation we could add on that I sometimes use is what I want wants me back, right? Like that home wants you to live in it. That job wants you to work there. You know, like your dream life wants you back, right? It's reciprocal. So, the next part of that is going to be gratitude. And this all kind of like is interwoven, you see? Gratitude. Make sure to be grateful for what you do have. Sometimes we get stuck and hung up on wanting more, not appreciating what we have. Sometimes we are stuck in the realms of comparison, seeing other people on social media, they have more, they're more flashy, whatever. Don't forget to be grateful for your blessings. I'm talking sometimes, if you truly have nothing, like, be grateful for the clothes on your back, for your shoes, for your health, for your cell phone, for YouTube, for people making free content, for food in your belly, a roof over your head, the one friend you have. Like, I don't care what it is, for your pet, for petting a dog today. Like, it could literally be anything, right? And I want you to sit there and make a gratitude list and really feel the feelings of gratitude for it. Like, feel the feelings. Like, I am really grateful that I have this home, that I have these opportunities, these people in my life. Gratitude will take you a long way. Feel the feelings and remember to appreciate what you have, because that's how the universe brings you more. Even if you have, like, you're struggling or you're in debt, be grateful for the opportunity, for the money that you have that is coming in. Be grateful that it's on its way to you. Be grateful that you have it, okay? Be grateful that you already have it. That's how you're anchored. You're pulling it from the spiritual realm, from the cosmos in your physical reality. Be grateful for it. Doesn't need to be here yet for you to be grateful for it, okay? So there's another tip. 9, meditate daily, okay? Meditation, I mean, you can look it up. There's like so many studies they've done about meditation and the positive health benefits that it has for you, mental and physical health. Meditate. Now, what I like to do is I do guided meditations because my brain goes all over the place. So it's much easier for me to listen to someone's voice talk me down so I could just focus on that. You do any kind of meditation you want, but I would suggest doing meditations centered around what you want to receive, as well as a subconscious blocks one. You could find some really good ones on YouTube, and you could find how to remove subconscious blocks in meditation. You know, align with a parallel reality, quantum leap, you know, whatever it is you want to do. Make money, get rich quick. I don't care. You know, whatever it is that you want to manifest, you can intuitively choose a meditation that's going to support you in that. Meditation is very important. Only takes like 10 minutes a day. If you could do more, great. Prioritize that. Where are we on? Number 10? Act on inspired action, okay? What is inspired action? Inspired action is when you just have a sudden urge to go somewhere, to do something, to create something. So let's say you're manifesting money and you just get this urge to be like, you know what, I have these old paintings and I just kind of want to put on Facebook Marketplace. I kind of just want to put it out there that I'm selling it. And then you put it out there and boom, they're sold, right? Like, that's inspired action. Like, it's something you're inspired to do. And the key between this and busy work, because our brain will literally, in societal conditioning, will be like, you always have to be doing something. Just be busy. Just do busy work. That's a waste of time. That's just you with anxiety, running around, wasting your time. You want to act from an authentic place of inspired action, and that is going to be kind of a rising of energy. Now, sometimes this is also triggered and created. It's a lot like motivation sometimes, where we're not always motivated to go to the gym, right? But once you get to the gym and you start your workout, now you've kick-started yourself. So a good thing is, if you're not feeling that inspired action, just start creating something. Think about new avenues and pathways and things you could do. Like, do more research into housing options if you're manifesting a home. Do more research into realtors, into apartments, into landlords, like anything that you need to do. Just start planning and doing research. Look for jobs in the area, right? You could do things like that. When it comes to money, how can you make money? Can you sell things? Like, how can you create money is a better way to look at it. Create avenues. And, you know, sometimes it's going to end up coming like by a check in the mail, or it's going to be you get hired for something, or you get referred, whatever. You know, the point is to act on inspired action, But also I would, now that I'm thinking about it, I would add on that other part of just thinking about ways to create money and create avenues, and allowing that energy to build on itself, because you will get something in return from that. So the last thing, number 11, would be if you're ever confused, you're having anxiety, you're totally just like, I don't know what my intuition is saying, or what, like, I'm a little confused right now. Think about, what would the version of you that already has this thing be doing right now? Not stressing out. Not sitting there and moping or crying or having anxiety or questioning. They already have the money. They're already approved for the loan. They're already approved for the home. They're already moved out. What would they be doing right now? Packing a bag? Figuring out what they're going to wear to the interview? And even if you need money first, you could still go on Amazon. You could go on Pinterest. You could do things for free, right? Would they be going to contact realtors and just be acting as if? Would they be doing the tours of the homes? Would they be window shopping, right? Making an Amazon list of things to buy? You know, you could still do a lot of things, right? While you're just waiting in that it's like it's a transitionary space of the cosmos bridging into our physical reality, right? And sometimes it comes very quick, and other times it takes a little bit, which is usually a reflection, well, it is a reflection of what we believe to be true, okay? So these things are basically helping you align to truly believe that you already have that which you desire, because you already have it, it's already yours. And I want you to remember that where your attention goes, your energy flows. So all this is doing is shifting perspective and shifting attention to shift into that identity, that version of you that already has what you want. Okay, you're just putting your attention a different way, because the version of you that already has the home had to go look, had to contact realtors, had to do X, Y, and Z, had to get moving boxes, had to plan. The version of you that already has the money for whatever, like, is already doing X, Y, and Z. Okay, so that is a part of it, is you are acting first and reality is responding. So I want you to kind of think of it as like, you are literally you're co-creating your reality with the universe, okay? Like, you are walking by faith, not by fear, and you are trusting that what you desire is showing up for you. You are trusting that it's manifesting. You're believing it. And if you waver, it's okay. You go back to visualization, right? And then you come right back. You are aligned. So I want you to think of it as this entire thing is about you put your order into Universe Prime. When you order something off of Amazon, a physical item, you are trusting it's going to be delivered to your door by the Amazon driver, by the company. They're going to take it from the warehouse, they're going to put it on the truck, and they're going to bring it to your porch. And it usually comes within the time frame that it says it's going to come. Every now and then, there's a little bit of a lag. That's okay. It's still going to come. You don't question it. That's their literal job. When you ask the universe for something, be prepared to receive it. People get very hung up on the lack of trust, because when it's on its way on the little delivery cart from the warehouse coming into our physical reality, that's when people lose themselves. This is key. You've asked for it. You are receiving it. You are already aligned with what you want. I am telling you this in all honesty. What you are desiring, you already have. You've watched this whole video at this point. You already have it. You are matching that frequency. Have you felt yourself shift? Because you shifted. Okay, it is in the process of becoming. So, what you want is already yours, and these 11 things just help you stay in that frequency, match the frequency of, and align with it. Okay, because we are embodying a new identity, a new version of self to shift very quickly. So this is just a very tangible way to get there, right? To be, not really get there, you're not going anywhere, you're just being. You're in a state of being and alignment. So, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below and let me know your success stories if you've made it this far. I would absolutely love to hear. Also, I would recommend do this as a 7-day challenge to begin with. Why not? Pick something you want and do a 7-day challenge, and see where it takes you from here, because I guarantee you're not going to want to stop.